Hey, hey. All right. Can you guys hear me? So, there are some truths and there are some lies. Now, I did not get as much as I wanted. One, because I wasn't prepared. And two, because some of them are at lunch. And I didn't realize that 'cause she's an hour ahead. So, but because she went live and started gaslighting Sweet Sativa, I decided to just quickly make some calls. And like I said, the hospital's on lunch, so I am not going to be able to call them for another half hour. And by that time, it might be too late for me because I have other stuff to do, and then I got to be at work later. But let me tell you what I got so far. Occupational Health does do CPS testing. The hospital's the one that would be more specific. Now, CPS, I did speak to a worker. I don't know what worker it was. The results from the test, let's go with the first lie. The results from the test come from the lab. It has nothing to do with the caseworker. So Brittany is full of shit when she says that it comes from the caseworker and the caseworker is out in the field. That is completely fabricated. So that's lie number one. And I say that because what the woman told me, and again, I have us all recorded. What the woman told me is that it has nothing to do with the caseworker. The lab sends the results to CPS and then sends it to the client or whatever, the person. So Brittany's lying about that. Second, they do handwritten. There is handwritten. And there is a carbon copy on the instant results. That is true. CPS has their own place to do the to do the rapid results. They will send it out. If even if it's negative, if they want to test other stuff. Because I said, would you send it out even if it's all negative? So she said, yeah, depending. Now, she was very skeptical. I didn't give a name. All I said was that it really has nothing to do with me. And I asked her if I could send her something, if she could tell me if it was real or not. And she said no. So I said, okay. And then after we hung up, I was like, I thought of like 15 more questions. So I'm going to write all the questions out, but I will play for you guys what I have so far. And you can hear where she's lying. So bear with me. But again, there are like 15,000 other questions that I wanted to ask. But because she went live and started gaslighting Sweet Sativa, I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just call and get some answers. So, but yeah, the whole that it's coming from a caseworker, that's complete bullshit. So let me pull it up. Hold on one moment. Hey, LA. And we also, one thing I don't know yet, and there's no way for me to possibly know yet, is if that test is even legit. We don't know if that test is old, new, because there's no date on it. Let me get one moment. Hey, Sweet Steva, I'm so sorry you got gaslit. I made these calls instantly because you are getting gaslit. No, hold on.
This is an emergency. Please hang up and dial 911. Para ayuda en español, presione nueve. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time, or choose from one of the following options. If leaving a voicemail, your call will be returned within 24 hours. For the operator, press 0. For Medicaid, press
All right, can you guys hear it? Let me screen share. Oh. All right.
Please hold for the next available representative or press 0 at any time to leave a voicemail.
Thanks for calling Scotland County DSS. How can I direct your call?
Hi, yeah. I just have a couple of generalized questions. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My first question is, when CPS does a drug test for somebody, are they handwritten or are they just sent off to a lab?
Any questions regarding that? I would have to transfer your call to a worker in that unit.
Okay.
Your call is now being forwarded. Please hold. Children's Services.
Hi. I have a couple of generalized questions, if that's okay.
Okay.
All right, my first question is, now it doesn't pertain to anything to me. I don't even live in North Carolina. But generalized questions. When CPS orders a drug test for, they go to someone's house or they tell you to come down and do a drug test, do they do a rapid screening as well as send it off to the lab and give you both results? Or do they just tell you to come in and they send it off?
If we ask someone to do a drug screen, they go do it at that time, and it depends. We can do a rapid or we can do a send out.
But do you ever do both?
Yes.
All right. Do you do both if something isn't positive? If something comes back all negative?
Case by case situation.
Okay. Second question, would any of the tests ever be handwritten?
No.
Okay. So
well, if it's a rapid, yes, it would be a carbon copy.
So that's it. And Brittany had showed a rapid. However, where I'm going to call the hospital, but they were out to lunch, is it doesn't say rapid test. It says instant test, which everyone keeps using the word rapid. So to me, that might mean something, but I don't know yet. But this is where Brittany's telling the truth about the carbon copy. Okay. And if it was all negative on a carbon copy, that would be, they do write it out?
Yes.
Okay. And is there any way I can email you something, you tell me if it's legitimate?
No. I don't know what you're calling for or who you're calling for.
Somebody is saying that this test that shows all negative came from you guys, and I'm just not buying it.
I wouldn't be able to disclose that information.
Okay. My other question is, how long, when they do a test, when they give a test back from the lab, do they email the results? Is it in a portal?
I don't know because they email us the copy, so I don't know what they do with the parent.
Oh, it goes right to the lab.
If it's a send out, it goes to the lab, yes.
The lab, it goes right to the patient.
Yes.
So the caseworker has nothing to do with that.
The caseworker gets a copy of it as well. We get a copy emailed.
Okay, but I'm saying the caseworker doesn't have to give it to the patient.
No.
Okay.
Wherever it's done at should send them out. We don't send out drug screens to parents.
Okay. And even if someone has a not guilty, a positive test, they don't automatically remove children. Like there's other factors, right?
It's a case-by-case situation.
Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, do you send it? Oh, I think you answered this already. If you send it to the lab, it doesn't necessarily mean there was anything positive on it, or you just send it to the lab regardless.
It just depends. I mean, if we send it to a lab, it's just because we want clarification. Like, it could be negative, and there's additional things that we want tested for, so we'll send it to. It just depends. It's a case-by-case situation.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You have a wonderful day. Bye.
Yeah.
So I like got worried about questions. I forgot what questions to ask because I was like did it on such a fly. That's why I'm like, you know what? Let me put questions together, and this way I can ask proper questions because she was hesitant. I was hesitant. I didn't want to give any information. She didn't want to give me any information. So yeah, that's all bullshit, Joshua. That's my point. That's why I said, you know what? Let me put out what I have so far. But she was right about the carbon copy. She's 100% right about that. They do handwrite carbon copies. Now, whether that one is legit or not, I don't know. We may never know. I would have to find someone that's willing to look at it. But if she's lying about other things, then what else is she lying about? Why? I don't understand that either. Why didn't she just why is she hiding the fact that the lab would send it to her? That's what I don't get. That's the part I don't get. Why hide that? Why not just say, yeah, the lab sends it to us? That's weird to me. You know what I mean? That's someone that doesn't want to show her test. Which goes back to my original statement that I believe she's on some kind of prescription and doesn't want the world to know. And that's fine. But all she would have to do is say that. I'm on a drug that I don't want anyone to know. Okay, no problem. That's all she would have had to do. I don't know if the lab name is fake. I don't. I wasn't able to see that. I wasn't able to talk to them yet about that. But what I do know for sure is she absolutely lied about she has to get it from the caseworker. The hospital, they do use, from what I got on the first call, but I got just from an operator, is that occupational health is used for, here, let me just play it. It's only like a minute. Is it this one? It might be this one.
Calling Scotland Healthcare System. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. If you would like to reach a patient and you know the room number, please dial 7 and the 3-digit room number now. If you need further assistance, you may press 1 for a list of departments or press 0 to reach an operator.
Well, this isn't starting out well.
Sherrod, may I help you?
Hi, yeah. I have a couple of questions for someone. I'm not sure what department I would call.
Is it medical questions?
Not really medical, it's more procedural.
Okay, what type of procedure are you speaking of? Because you may, who's the doctor going to do the doctor that's going to perform the procedure?
Okay, the questions that I had, or some of the questions I had, I wanted to know if you guys do drug testing for CPS or DHS.
We do they do drug testing at the occupational health in the building with the urgent care on the main hospital grounds.
Okay. And on the paperwork for that, is anything handwritten or is it all electronic?
I would imagine it's electronic, probably.
Okay. And is there a form or something? Like, do they give a rapid test and then they send it to the lab, or they just send it to the lab?
Okay, let me transfer you to the occupational health for the
All
drug
right.
testing. Hold on just a minute.
Perfect. And that was it. That's all I got from them.
Thank you for calling the Occupational Health Department at Scotland Memorial Hospital. Our office hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. We are closed for lunch daily between the hours of noon and 1. If you've reached this recording outside of our normal business hours and you have a medical emergency or you have an employee with a work-related injury, please seek treatment at the emergency department at Scotland Memorial Hospital or your nearest emergency room. All other inquiries, please.
And that's it. That's all I got so far. See, here's the difference, though. Let me show you. Let me show you the difference. I have an entire channel about my cancer, and if somebody wanted to call my cancer clinic, be my guest. I'll even give you the fucking phone number. I got nothing to hide, and I didn't lie about anything. So if you want to call, go right ahead. Go ahead and give a call. Call whoever you want. You want my doctor? You want to know how much Adderall I'm on? Or whatever. I don't care. Because when you're lying, when you're not lying, you don't give a fuck. That's what people don't get. You need to go after BJ. The things she is saying about you with her whole chest, not knowing how big your chest is. Oh, Claudia, I'm sure they have. Believe me, I'm sure they have, but I don't care. Let them call. I can give them every doctor I have. You want my surgeon? You want my oncologist? I give you the whole list. Like, I have no problem with that. People that fucking don't lie about things don't care if people double check. Go ahead. Here, I'll make it easy. My surgeon is Dr. Richardson from Huntsville. My oncologist is Dr. Rosa Ortega, Huntsville. My radiologist is, I always say Farfanugan, but it's something sounds like Farfanugan, also Huntsville. Anything else you need? My breast cancer center is also Huntsville. Is there any other information you would like? Go ahead, call, enjoy, have fun. All right, it should be better. It's not silent anymore. Yeah, I'm back. Well, you don't need to hear it anyway. You need to go. Bye-bye. But yeah, now you can hear me now, right? I'm back. I'm back now. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't see that it was out. Yeah, I did unplug. I am sorry about that. But I don't want to go back and forth. I don't want to do this back and forth with her. He said, she said. No. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go right to the source. That's it. I'm just going to find out, like, what did we definitively know today? Things she wasn't lying about. She wasn't lying that it's occupational health. She wasn't lying that there is a carbon copy. She wasn't lying about it. And that's good to know. But she is lying about other things. Why? And why she's lying about it? Well, I can draw my own conclusion. But I'm sorry, if you're lying about that, what else are you lying about? I don't know if we'll ever be able to truly find out if that paper is fake or not. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to find that out. Because honestly, I don't want to give any personal information. I don't want anyone to know who I'm calling about. I don't want to put her name out there. There's no reason to. And even if the woman let me send it to her, I was still going to cover her name up. Because, like I said, there's no reason for, like, I don't know her caseworker. I don't want to know her caseworker. I don't need to speak to her direct caseworker. So to her supporters, please know that I'm not giving any names, as you just heard. I don't need to give any names. I don't need to drag her name into it or anything else. Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I can ever find out if that particular paper is fake. I don't know if the hospital will send me what their drug testing looks like. You know what I mean? I don't know. I still have to call the hospital. So, but I was just letting everyone know. But why she's lying about the whole caseworker thing makes you wonder. Like, why? Why are you lying about the caseworker? Why are you lying saying that it has to come from the caseworker? Which goes back to my original thought. I think she failed the drug test, or she doesn't want anyone to know what's on it. Therefore, she, created this or used an old report or something. Because all she would have to do is show this carbon copy with the date. So I stand by, I don't believe that's real. But at the flip side of it, it is occupational health, which is what she said yesterday. I did. We already matched it. It's fake as fuck. Yeah, we found a blank one. Well, very similar. But I still think she put two things together. I do. Tinfoil hat back on. But I do think, yeah, it was dated in March yeah, I agree with you. That was according to Moon Slip, that it was from March. Yeah, she hasn't shown anything either, and I don't know why. It goes back to ever paid for it to be sent off. It's about her lying. Yeah, I don't know why she lied about it. I don't know why she's given this whole song and dance. I don't have a date on it. I'm not the one with the date. Allegedly, Moon said, oh, this is from March, and then caught herself. But the one I have doesn't have a date on it. No, I don't, Eric. On a personal note, it's just my opinion. What I said yesterday, I stand by. I truly believe that she raised a bunch of money from for this attorney. She gave minimal money to the attorney to do 2 C&Ds, and that's it. We'll never hear anything about it again. That's just my opinion. Stanky, where did you see a date? The one that Angela sent me has no date. So I can't confirm or deny anything with a date. Of course she's trashing me. She just got busted in a lie. Liars that get caught don't like that. So, yeah, I can't confirm or deny any kind of date. The one that was floating around from Moon. Yeah, but I didn't see a date on that. If you can point to me where there's a date on that, because I didn't see one. She's using and lying. Her lawyer will answer any questions, though. I'll say this. You can get 2 C&Ds. Oh, you can get 2 C&Ds for like $200. I agree, sweet Steva. Brittany is worried about everyone else but herself. Yeah, Lauren, I was saying the same thing about that. I don't get that either. Why would you send it to Cletus and Clue? And I said this last night, and I stand by this. All right, so Queen has a channel. I know Cletus, quote unquote, has a channel, but it's so small. You send out a scene. If you're going to do something, here's my train of thought. If you're going to do something to a YouTuber, you're going to take channels, you're going to do something like that, then you're going to hit the YouTubers that matter. GW, Nonsense, Clue. Cletus? Cletus don't give a fuck if he loses his channel. Why would you send 2 C&Ds to 2 people living in the same fucking house? That makes no sense to me. They're a couple. They live in the same house. They work on the same channel. That's like sending Joe Rogan a C&D and his partner a different one. It makes no sense. They're the same fucking channel. I don't think Queen Bee's going to get one either. I truly don't. Unless she did already and she's not saying it. I don't know. Hey, East Coast. East Coast, you're not green anymore. Daisy Duke, aren't you like her big supporter? I'm confused. Queen hasn't gotten one. I don't believe. Yeah, she said yesterday Jay wasn't getting one. Jay nor Nonsense are getting one, which makes no fucking sense to me. Well, don't forget, QB did say that. QB said the same thing to QB said the same thing about Betty, and Betty swore she sent it. But that's why you have a process server, so there's no denying it. That's what I'm saying, East Coast. Can members drop the... Can one of my mods drop the membership link, please? East Coast not losing that time. There you go. Queen got the papers. Okay. Yeah, I heard her say Clue, Cletus, GW... Not Betty. Clue, Cletus, GW, and Queen Bee. Yeah, she didn't even spend the money to get. Yeah, she didn't name Betty. I think that's an error. There's no reason for her to name Betty. Betty don't talk about her. Betty and her are friends, actually. Thank you, Tony. Eric going green. Oh, it's not the same Daisy Duke? I was like, aren't you one of her diehards? Yeah, see, I would have sent certified. Yeah, see, I didn't know that either. They said certified can't be through FedEx. Are you sure FedEx doesn't have a certification? I mean, I don't know, but I could have sworn they did. But maybe not. Hey, why is my chat not working? I just realized that. Hey, Jan. You know what? Oh, it's only in there. That's why. People said they're getting seizures. No? Oh. It's not working. Oh, well. I tried. Yeah, I don't know why she's lying about it. I really don't. I don't know. But like I said, we did find out they do carbon copies. So she's not lying about that. As far as the date goes, I have no way to show that. So that one I can't say anything about. But like I said, I don't think we'll ever get the true results if no. I don't think we'll ever truly get the results. And I can't get back to my main screen. Shit. Trying to get back to my main screen. It's not working. Oh, there we are. All right. Has she ever told the truth? I don't know. I haven't been following her that long. I just don't know why she would lie about the caseworker. Like, why? Why lie about it? Well, people that lie like that have something to hide. I agree, sweet Steve. I don't know why she came after you so fucking hard, though. Like, it was the first thing she said was just like attack on you. That's right, Johnny. She is. I heard that last night. But like I said, we may never know if that one is fake, but you can use your own conclusion about lying. And again, I can't give a definite on the date thing of March because I didn't see it. It is part of her grifting. You said that I heard you say, so why are you asking me for hard-earned money to get you out of a bind we all told you that you were going into? Wait, what was that? I know, right? Most I'm like, wait a doggone minute. You said that I heard you say it. So why are you asking for hard-earned money to get you out of the bind that we all told you that you were getting into? Oh, because I went in her chat and questioned the results she's showing because she said the worker was out on the field. Yeah, that is a complete lie, as you heard from a caseworker. I don't know if the test is fake. I have no way to know if the test was fake. Crime Watcher, I didn't lose. So what are you talking about? Oh, no, Eric, I know what you mean. Guys, you never have to worry about me asking for money for a lawsuit to sue another YouTuber. I promise you that. I will never. I mean, if someone sues me, maybe, but nobody's going to sue me. I can handle most things myself. Like, if Joe Rogan came and sued me, I'd be like, guys, help, I'm screwed. But that's about it. And I see a bunch of the DC people trying to make comebacks using my name. Sit the fuck down. Nobody cares, MB. Good old Mandy Bell. I don't care about her business. That's why I said I'm not trying to get her in trouble. I'm not using her name. I'm not saying, oh my God, it's her. I don't care. And Susie, according to CPS, no, she would have had it already. They get a copy and she gets a copy. Right from the lab. Hey, Corey. Crime Watcher, let me back up a second. Maybe you didn't hear what I played already. I think, you didn't hear it. Maybe you should rewind and hear it. Oh, I agree with that, Dee. Thank you, pretty sweet pea. People are dumb. But Sweet Sativa, that's what I was looking at, your answer. Because I went in her chat and questioned the results she's shown because she said the worker was out in the field. Then poof these results, please. She knows I've been in here talking on her. Again, somebody that has nothing to hide doesn't need to lie about a lot of stuff. Yeah, but they said that it's not livable. They said that someone said last night it's not livable. That it's not really like a rental place because it's not livable. But here's the thing. There is nothing wrong if she's on maintenance drugs. There's nothing wrong if she's on methadone. There's nothing wrong if she's on Adderall. There's nothing wrong if she's fucking shooting dope in the street. It's nothing wrong with it. Why lie about it? That's my question. When you bring so much to YouTube and you talk about your life on YouTube, which is perfectly fine in my eyes. I don't care what other people say. It's perfectly fine. You can't lie about things. You can't, like, so big deal. She's on maintenance meds. Who cares? It doesn't matter if she's on maintenance meds. Why lie about it? Because active addicts lie about shit like that. That's my point. I still think it's fake yarn. I still think that particular test is fake. But I can't prove it unless someone looks at it and nobody's looking at it. But I prove she's lying about the caseworker. I prove that she's lying about the test. That I did prove. So if she's lying about that, makes me believe she's probably lying about the test. And there's no date on it. It could be old. But why lie about the caseworker? Why lie about not getting results? Why lie and say you can't get the results from CPS and then that you have to wait for your caseworker when CPS themselves told me it goes right from the lab to the person and CPS gets a copy of it? Why lie about something like that? Someone that lies about something like that is lying about a lot of things because there's no reason to lie about it. It's not a big deal. Yes, there should be a date on it, but it's cut off. But Moon's going to cover for her because Moon's going to cover for her. Yeah, but I kind of think there's more to it than that, Jess. I don't think it's all Craig. I know you guys think I'm crazy, but I don't think it's all Craig. I think a lot of it's her. That's what I'm saying, Coco. Even if she was on Suboxone, who cares? Lots of people are on medication drugs. It doesn't matter. Narcos, it's been almost a month. It's literally been almost a month. It doesn't take that long to get a drug test back. But we'll find out when I get a hold of them. Of actually how long it takes. It doesn't take that long. And again, she's already lied. And I truly believe that she got the test back. And that's the test, this one, that's underneath. Hold on. Right here underneath, that's her test. Right there. That she covered, that's her test. That's why it says forensic drug testing, custody, and whatever this other word is. Right here is her test. Believe me, she's got her test back. It's right there. So she can continue on and on about how she didn't get her test back. Yeah, you did. It's right under this paper. Went back and she got an email. Someone was threatening to board up her house and her and her family in it and set it ablaze. No, I never heard that. I agree, Kelly. Either wake up or go to a toxic channel. Don't care. But someone is not going to sit here and call me a liar without me proving that I'm not the one lying. So there's that. Why would she even be worried? She's got guns. So while I wrap this up, let me make this loud and clear for everybody so there's no mistake. The carbon copy of the instant results can be handwritten. That is correct. According to CPS, that is correct. So like I said, that part is true. What's not true is her bullshit about waiting for a caseworker to give her results. So again, if you lie about that, what else are you lying about? People are saying that the test she showed Moon is from March. I have no proof of that. Therefore, I have not really spoken on that. If I can't prove it and it really borders not my business, then it is what it is. Now, exactly, Criminal Med. Here's what I'm not doing. When Brittany wants to sit there for 3 days in a row and call me a liar and tell me that I'm the one lying and I'm doing this and I'm doing that, what is my only option? It's to call the source and find out exactly what is happening. Not go with a back and forth, not trust Google. Just call the source and find out what is going on. She absolutely could have just showed the carbon copy instead of all this. Thank you, LA. 100%. No reason why she couldn't show it. But she can continue on to call me a liar forever. And like I said, I don't know if I will ever be able to confirm that that particular test is fake. I can't confirm that. I don't know if anyone's going to give me a way to send it to them to show that it's fake. I have no way to know that. No, because I've already proved she's lying, Narcos. Listen up. Lean in a little. Listen up. When someone is a liar and lying about a lot of things, that only leads me to conclude they're lying about bigger things. The fact that she's lying about the caseworker giving her the test when that is a blatant lie, that's a problem. Do I give a fuck what drug she's on? Absolutely not. Is it my business what drug she's on? Nope. Do I care if she's on drugs? Nope. Sure don't. Absolutely sure don't. Narcos, I just proved she's a liar. With the CPS lady. I just proved it. I don't know what you're missing, Narcos. I just fucking proved she lied. From the CPS worker. So what part are you missing in that? What part did you get? Or what part did you miss? CPS worker said the test results have nothing to do with CPS. The lab sends a copy to them and the lab sends a copy to the client. So what part am I missing here? What part are you missing? Brittany, on the other hand, said something completely different. So what part are you missing? And that came right from the source. So maybe you missed it. Yeah, rabbit hole's correct, Jess. I was there. Well, maybe you should before you start accusing me of who's lying. Because the CPS worker told us exactly how it goes. And how it goes is that the CPS worker has absolutely nothing to do with giving her the results. The results come directly from the lab. CPS gets a copy of it, and the client gets a copy of it. Done. Brenda, bye-bye your money. Because I'm right. Go send Brittany all of your money, girl. I hope you give her every last dime. And then, I did have your back, Brenda, and I was going to tell you to save it. But do yourself a favor. Give what's her name, all of your money. Every single one of them. Every dollar that you have, give it to Brittany. And I mean that wholeheartedly. And then I can laugh my ass off. Narcos, she's the one that came after me. All I did was have an opinion, and then she came after me and accused me of lying. So I'm going to prove that I'm not the one lying. They have to report results by law to BJ. Well, CPS said that the lab sends it to her and then sends it to CPS. Brittany blatantly lied when it comes to she can't get the results because Brenda, rewind this video, honey. It's on this video. I played it. I love people that come in here running their mouth and they didn't even fucking hear it. They never even heard it. Don't come in here running your mouth when you didn't even fucking rewind it. Narcos. I am a fucking Brenda, are you serious? Now I know why you give her all your money. I really do. I just fucking played it, Brenda. You called someone else. Oh my God. Okay, Brenda, you believe that. You go ahead, Brenda. You absolutely believe that. You know what? Just for you, East Coast, because I love you. I'll play you. I won't make you rewind. I'll play it again before I get off. Hang on. Hold on. You're welcome, Mystic. All right. Just for you, in a loving way, in an absolute loving way, East Coast, I'm going to replay this for you. Brenda, Narcos, here you go. Now you have it.
Reach the Scotland County Department of Social Services. Our normal hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. Para ayuda en español, presione 9. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time, or choose from one of the following options. If leaving a voicemail, your call will be returned within 24 hours. For the operator, press 0. For Medicaid, press 1. For food and nutrition, press 2. For
Please hold for the next available representative or press 0 at any time to leave a voicemail.
Thanks for calling Scotland County DSS. How can I direct your call?
Hi, yeah. I just have a couple of generalized questions. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. My first question is, when CPS does a drug test for somebody, are they handwritten or are they just sent off to a lab?
Any questions regarding that? I would have to transfer your call to a worker in that unit.
Okay.
Your call is now being forwarded. Please hold.
Children's Services.
Hi. I have a couple of generalized questions, if that's okay.
Okay.
All right, my first question is, now it doesn't pertain to anything to me. I don't even live in North Carolina. But generalized questions. When CPS orders a drug test for, they go to someone's house or they tell you to come down and do a drug test, do they do a rapid screening as well as send it off to the lab and give you both results? Or do they just tell you to come in and they send it off?
If we ask someone to do a drug screen, they go do it at that time, and it depends. We can do a rapid or we can do a send out.
But do you ever do both?
Yes.
All right. Do you do both if something isn't positive? If something comes back all negative?
Case by case situation.
Okay. Second question, would any of the tests ever be handwritten?
No.
Okay. So
well, if it's a rapid, yes, it would be a carbon copy.
Okay. And if it was all negative on a carbon copy, that would be, they do write it out?
Yes.
Okay. And is there any way I can email you something, you tell me if it's legitimate?
No. I don't know what you're calling for or who you're calling for.
Somebody is saying that this test that shows all negative came from you guys, and I'm just not buying it.
I wouldn't be able to disclose that information.
Okay. My other question is, how long, when they do a test, when they give a test back from the lab, do they email the results? Is it in a portal?
I don't know because they email us the copy, so I don't know what they do with the parent.
Oh, it goes right to the lab.
If it's a send out, it goes to the lab, yes.
The lab, it goes right to the patient.
Yes.
So the caseworker has nothing to do with that.
The caseworker gets a copy of it as well. We get a copy emailed.
Okay, but I'm saying the caseworker doesn't have to give it to the patient.
No.
Okay.
Wherever it's done at should send them out. We don't send out drug screens to parents.
Okay. And even if someone has a positive test, they don't automatically remove children. Like, there's other factors, right?
It's a case-by-case situation.
Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Do you send it? I think you answered this already. If you send it to the lab, it doesn't necessarily mean there was anything positive on it, or you just send it to the lab regardless?
It just depends. If we send it to a lab, it's just because we want clarification. Like, it could be negative, and there's additional things that we want tested for, so we'll send it to. It just depends. It's a case-by-case situation.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You have a wonderful day. Bye.
Yeah.
So now, Brenda, I'll take that apology. But like I said, there are certain things she lied about. There are certain things she told the truth about. There are certain things that right now cannot be verified. And it is what it is. So there is something on a rapid test called carbon copy. I can't verify the March date. Because I didn't see that myself. But again, the fact that she lied about the CPS caseworker being out in the field and put together this entire fucking lie over that is a problem. And the fact that she lied about that speaks volumes to me. And Narcos, for your comment, do whatever you got to do, dude. There's nothing you're going to find on me that hasn't been dug into the ground 1,000 fucking times. And I just don't give a fuck. I don't lie about shit. So do what you got to do. I don't care. Just the fact the kids weren't allowed in the room while she's live and immediately broke that. I agree. But the report tests are very easy to fake and pass. It's fine every day. It's possible that they saw her live and wanted further testing. Yeah, I don't know. Jiggy, it doesn't come from the caseworker. You just heard CPS say that. So that text is fabricated. CPS just told you it comes right from the lab. And why would you have a text message with your caseworker? Why you want a first name basis that you're exchanging texts? Give me a fucking break. I mean, think about that for a second. Why would you be in a text with your caseworker? Just use a little common sense there. Hey, let me be on a friendly basis with my caseworker. Brenda, I'm not shocked. I'm truly not shocked that you have a CPS caseworker that you are on a first name basis with. I'm not shocked at all. My employee's text with her caseworker texts me as well. Your employees. Big difference. Again, see, this is what makes me laugh. Talk about people that don't want to hear anything. You want to say that other people don't believe it. You just heard it from the caseworker how it is. You just fucking heard it for yourself. That the lab sends it to the caseworker and the lab sends it to the patient. But you guys don't want to believe that. You're going to believe a text message. Okay. Okay, Brenda. Whatever you say, Brenda. I'm just so dumb. I'm not the one wasting all my money on a fucking YouTuber. So I think you should back up with who's a dumbass person. I'm not the one crying for a friendship, that I need a friendship so desperately. I'm going to get all this money, and instead of sending it on myself, I'm going to spend it on a liar. Okay, Brenda. Sorry, I'm not the one that's dumb. Oh, my God. Brenda, I'm honestly not even arguing with you. Yeah, I never even saw them. Sweet sativa, I am. I'm being sweet. Okay, Brenda. Whatever you say, Brenda. Whatever you say. Whatever makes you feel better, Brenda. It's all good. I promise. Jiggy, that's because you're not the patient. You're not the patient and you're not the caseworker. So yes, you would have to get it from a caseworker, but the patient wouldn't get it from the caseworker. The patient would get it right from the lab. Do you see the difference? But honestly, I don't even know how you could get it because of HIPAA laws. But then again, I don't know what you do. Guys, honestly, don't even bother with Brenda. Let her get burned her own way. Then she'll come back and say, I should have listened. Jiggy, CPS ordered it. CPS, all right, let me say it slow. CPS ordered a test. That would mean that they have a contract. But we're not talking about an employee, Jiggy. We're talking about a CPS drug test. A CPS drug test would go through CPS. That would mean CPS paid for it. The only people that would get the results from the lab are the CPS and her. That's all. She would get it directly from the lab. Ignorance is bliss. I'm not going to argue anymore. You think whatever you want, Jiggy. I'm going to go with what her CPS place told me. I know you think that you're smarter than what CPS just told me, but I'm going to go with what CPS told me. Thanks. Bye, Brenda. Have a good day, Brenda. Sister CPS worker. Yeah, but every state's different. I don't know how to say it any clearer. No, if you're on maintenance meds, you do get tested every month. That's a fact. Oh my God. Narcos. Listen. There's a protocol that has to be done. CPS's protocol is CPS's protocol. Just like, yes, they do handwrite carbon copies. That is true. That is a factual thing. They do carbon copy. They do handwrite carbon copies. That's their protocol. Okay. At the same time, their protocol is their results come right from the lab. CPS gets an answer, gets a result, and so does the patient. This is not disputable. Like, that's what CPS said. That's standard operating procedures. I can't believe people are arguing this. It came right from CPS. I think they know their own procedures. I mean, to say that you think that it's a different way, okay. It's your prerogative to think that way, but I'm going to go with what CPS told me. Comparatively, let's put some context in this. If I said that they absolutely do not do handwritten in rapid test and CPS told me, yes, we do, and then I turn around and say they absolutely don't, well, then I would look like a fucking idiot because CPS just told me, yes, they do. CPS just told me, yes, we do handwritten for rapid test. Okay, great. Thank you. I'm not going to argue that. I'm not sitting here arguing in that. That's what CPS told me, and guess what? I believe them. That's a normal way to thinking. I'm not going to sit here and argue with her. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you telling you that, no, that's not the way it's done. And that's what her CPS just told me. So yes, that's how they do it. Okay. Not arguing it. Just like I'm not arguing the fact, and I can't believe you're trying to justify when she said, point out blank, yes, the lab sends us a result and sends them a result. That's not debatable. That's factual. Just like, yes, they do handwritten fast reports. Okay, great. Thank you. I'm not going to, you'd be an idiot to fucking argue that when you just heard it from CPS. And I can't lay it out any easier for you. I mean, that's her CPS, her state, her county. That is the correct office. You have to be a fucking idiot to think otherwise. I'm not going to sit here and fucking argue with what CPS just told me. Narcos, you just heard it. You literally just fucking heard her say how it's done. Just like I heard her say that rapid tests, yes, they do handwriting. I can't argue that. I absolutely cannot fucking sit here and argue that. And nor would I. Nor would I sit here and try to justify my way of thinking on it when I just heard the caseworker say, yes, there is handwriting on rapid test. Okay, great. Thank you. You can't argue it. I'm not going to throw my own spin on it just because I just fucking heard it from her. That's why I don't understand why you can't accept that Brittany fucking lied. You don't see, one thing you haven't heard me say, you have not heard me say anything about the rapid test being handwritten since CPS said it to me. Since CPS told me, yes, we have handwritten tests, I can't fucking argue that. All right, I was wrong. They do handwritten tests for rapid. Okay, great. I don't believe that one's real, but okay, they do it. I can't argue it. I'm not going to say, well, they don't do it or blah, blah. That would be fucking stupid. Yeah, I never gave my name, never gave anything. But we definitely heard how it's done. BJ absolutely lied about why she can't get the official results. 100%. I don't believe she's on a first name text basis with her worker. The dumbest thing I ever fucking heard. But you guys keep believing it. Enjoy. Can I ask you a question? Why doesn't Brittany just show the test? The carbon copy actual test with the date? Wouldn't that solve all of it? I'm just curious. Wouldn't that solve everything? Just show the date of the test. Narcos, I'm not upset, but I feel like I'm beating my fucking head into the wall. I agree, Rabbit Hole. He's hate binding because of QB, Clue, and GW. I agree with that. Oh, hell yeah. Mystic. Yeah, I agree, Senna. Whoop. Uh-oh. Was I buffering? Um, no, she said that rapid tests can be. But what I'm saying is, so Brittany's playing phone calls, she's playing this, she's playing that. Why? Why not just show the test and be done? She's going through an awful lot of trouble when all she would have to do is show that test with a date on it. That's all. I'm not angry at all. I just can't stand feeling like I'm banging my fucking head into a wall. And that's what it feels like. I feel like I'm banging my fucking head into a wall. They want to talk about everybody else not believing stuff when they're the ones that will believe anything that Brittany says. So now CPS is lying and Brittany's telling the truth. Come on. Niece, because she's full of shit. That's why. CPS worker said how shit goes down. Who's she having these conversations with? So she's an exception and she's on a first name basis with CPS that they're texting and they're besties? Come on. Wake the fuck up. Yep. Like literally, wake the fuck up. Yeah, she covers her tracks while grifting for people like Brenda. I totally agree. She says no one ever talks about Granny's kids, but that's because I literally never hear them. She doesn't tell all their personal info. Me, I'll take a test. I got nothing to hide. I'm cutting out. Am I still cutting out? All right, I'm gonna get off anyway though. I gotta get out of here. So that's what we have so far. I will get more details. But like I said, I don't know if we're ever gonna truly find out um about that actual test. I just don't think there is any way to ever find out, but we'll try. All right. So that's what I got so far, just to give you guys an update. Sweet Sativa, I'm sorry that you were gaslit. For those of you that want to believe her, be my guest. I'm going to go with what CPS says. And when I call occupational health, I'll go with that too. So you guys can believe whatever you want. I really don't care. You really are investing. You spend hours and hours and hours. I think if you're over medicated with your medicine, you are frozen. It's a real thing. What? Stella, what are you talking about? That she created. This has been it has been a long time. So, all right. I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Like I said, that's what I got so far. And one more thing, and I stand by this. She can end this instantly. Now, she doesn't have to show, let me show you something. She doesn't need to show her test results. At this point, I don't think anyone fucking cares. Just show this carbon copy with the data and the handwriting. That's all I want to see. I want to see the legit fucking copy of this, the top of this paper and the handwriting on it. That's what I want to see. I don't care about the fucking test results. Show me that that paper was written by 2 different people. The carbon copy of it with the date. Because again, I don't even care about the bottom half. Just show me the top half. Because that's what I think she's full of shit on. So, on that note, I'm out of here. I got to jump to a shower and get to UPS. I will see you beautiful people later. Again, believe what you want. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I am going to go with what CPS just told me. And we'll see what happens when I, make my list. But somebody that's not lying would not go this hard to cover her lies. Just my opinion. All right? See you later. Have a good day. Peace. I actually have a real job to get to. All right? I'll see you guys later. Peace.